Alright, so today we're going to talk about 8.3 area of a circle notes. So to start off, area is the inside or the laying of the inside of the shape. So it would be the inside, all of that colored in. The formula for area of a circle, we need to remember, is area equals pi r squared. So both formulas, circumference and area of a circle, both have a pi and they both have r. The difference is one is 2 times r, which is circumference, and this one is r squared, okay? So this means pi times radius times radius. All right. Okay, so using our formula, we're going to find the area. We're using 3.14 or 22 over 7 for pi. So first we're going to find the exact, and there's approximate. So the exact, you still have the pi value there. The approximate is when you actually times it by 3.14. So my formula is area equals pi r squared. So my radius in this is 6. So we identified our radius. So now my area is really pi 6 squared, which is equal to 36 pi, and we label it centimeters squared. This is my exact answer. Now to find my approximate answer, I actually take 36 times that 3.14 in my calculator. 36 times 3.14. The reason this is called your approximate answer, 113.04 centimeters squared, is because you're rounding. So exact answers you do not round. You leave the pi because pi technically goes on forever. So that is why it's called exact when you have the pi there, approximate when you actually times it by that pi, or 3.14. Okay, number 2, again, where area equals pi r squared. My diameter is 28, so radius is half of that, so radius is equal to half of that, which would be 14. So really I'm getting pi times 14 squared. 14 times 14 gives you 196, so I get 196 pi for my exact inches squared for my exact. And then to do my approximate, again, I take 196 times 3.14. 196 times 3.14 is 615.44 inches squared. Okay, these two are the same, except this is the exact, that is the approximate. Okay, so all you're doing is plugging in. All right, so now area of a semicircle. So it's not the full circle, it's only half the circle. So you're going to have to divide by 2 because it's half. So now for a semicircle, your area is really pi r squared divided by 2. Okay, so if I'm doing pi r squared, so my diameter, or all the way across, is 18. So d is 18, so my radius would have to be half that, which is 9. So I'm doing pi times 9 squared divided by 2. So I get 81 pi divided by 2. So I take 81 divided by 2. I get 40.5 pi, and this would be inches squared. So this is my exact, and then to find my approximate, again, I take that 40.5 times 3.14, and you get 127.17 inches squared. Okay, so approximate, exact, you keep the pi. Approximate, you actually times by that pi, or that 3.14. Okay, same thing, this is half the circle. Okay, so now since it's a half circle, we know that the area has to equal pi r squared, and it's half that. It's not the full circle, so it's half, so I have to divide by 2. So unlike this perimeter, though, I don't have to add that 30 back in because we're talking about the inside of that shape, not the outside rim, okay? So my diameter on this is 30, so that makes my radius half that, which is 15. So we plug that in, so pi times radius squared, so 15 squared, divided by 2. This becomes 225 over pi over 2. And when you take 225 divided by 2, you get 112.5 pi, and label would be feet squared. And to find the exact, I'm going to take that 112.5 times that 3.14, that pi, and you end up with approximately, you see how I'm only doing the squiggly lines, not the straight lines? It's because it's approximately, it's not exactly an answer. So 353.25, and again, it's feet squared. All right, last one. The word problem. An FM radio station signal travels in 40-mile radius. In a 40-mile radius. So let's go ahead and draw that. So this is my FM. Okay, and my radius is 40, right? Okay, an AM radio is a 4-mile radius. So this one's smaller. It's 4 miles, and this is my AM. How much more area does the FM cover than the AM? So we want to find the area. So again, we're going to use our formula. Area equals pi r squared. My radius here on the FM, so let's find the area of the FM, and then let's find the area of the AM. Okay, so to find the area of the FM, I'm going to do pi times my radius squared, which is 40 squared. And that would be 1600 pi. And we're talking about miles squared. Okay, that would be equal to that. And then we can do our FM. And we're going to get pi times radius, which is 4 squared, which would give you 16 pi miles squared. Okay, it's asking how much more area does the FM cover than the AM. So if I get my calculator and I took 1600 times 3.14, I end up with 5,024 miles squared. And then I would do 16 times 3.14 to get the bottom one, and I get 50.24 miles squared. Since it's asking how much more area does the AM than the FM, so I'm going to take 50.24 and minus that 50.24, and you end up it being 4,973.76 miles squared more. So that's how many more miles that FM reaches than AM does. Alright, that is 8.3.